Welcome to the San Clemente podcast, the only local podcast in the best beach town in the world. We're here to bring you weekly episodes highlighting everything from sports, culture, entertainment, politics, and everything else this beach town has to offer. Welcome back to the San Clemente podcast. Brian De La Puente, my co-host, and I are so excited to have an unbelievable guest on our show. One of the biggest characters I've ever met, a man of integrity, a man of passion, and most importantly, maybe to him, a man of positivity. Justin Brown is his name. He also goes by JB. JB, Justin, welcome to the podcast.
Oh, I am so pumped to be here. Thanks, guys, for having me.
You're so welcome.
That was good off the cuff.
Dang, right?
Whew.
Just right into it.
That was good.
That was outstanding. I got chills like, this is me? What's
write
going
this?
on right now?
Did you write that before
That's
we got
you?
in here? Oh, man.
And the mic dropped too. By the way, not only do we have JB and Justin on the podcast, but we also have the best center to have ever played for the New Orleans Saints, who, again, I'm so proud to call my partner and my co-host of our podcast, and Brian De La Puente, DLP. DLP, ask him a question, lead us in.
Justin, JB, what's going on? Thanks for being here.
Happy to be here.
Hey, let's start. How'd you get into the business? Talk to me about Positivity Brands a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I can definitely do that. First of all, I'm in the beverage industry. I've been doing it for 15 years now. Prior to this, I was an elementary school teacher, 6th grade. I always say that my 6th graders drove me to beer sales and now spirit sales because 12-year-olds they can be tough.
Yeah.
It can be tough. Started out in San Diego at the distributor down there. I worked there for 5 years. I got luck. I mean, my whole career and my life has been lucky. I'm very, very blessed. I had my own tutoring company, actually, when I was teaching as well. And I taught, and I was at a house, the name is Serapis, the Serapis family's house. Word of mouth got me to them. And he owned Crest Beverage in San Diego, which is a Coors Light house.
Okay.
And so what happened was he was sulking one day on his couch. He was like, geez, I'm like, Steve, what's wrong with you? What's going on? You're never like this sad. He goes, oh, Miller and Coors merged, and I have to merge with a family called the Reyes family. So they had to merge distributors in San Diego. He goes, hey, you ever want to switch careers and come help me do this? Well, yeah, I want to sell beer. Let's do it for sure. And so that's how it all happened. It did take me 3 interviews to get in. They're like, this guy's not going away. He's not a salesman. He's a teacher. Little to know that I have to sell myself to the kids every day and the parents, right? So I'm a pretty good salesman.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Absolutely. So you mentioned you've gotten lucky throughout your entire career. I have a question. Does good luck come to those who work hard?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's mentality. It's a positive mindset. It's all of the above, working hard. I always teach my kids. I have 2 daughters, beautiful daughters, almost 7 and a 9-year-old. And I tell them, work hard, be kind, have fun, do the right thing. That's it. Not rocket science, right? But definitely comes with hard work. But yeah, so I went and I hopped over to the beer distributor world. And from there, I started selling a brand called Ballast Point. You heard of it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
Nice.
Is that a rhetorical question?
I figured you did, but just in case, right? It was many moons ago. So I was the director of sales for military and convenience stores at Ballast Point Brewing and Spirits. From there, Constellation purchased us for a little bit of money. I was then under Constellation for 6 months. I reached out to my mentor in the industry who took the Ballast Point Spirits to Cutwater Spirits. I'm sure you've heard of them.
Yep.
And 6 months in, I said, hey, I'm not happy with my job. What do you got? He said, you know what? Why don't you come be my VP of National Accounts at Cutwater Spirits? So built that. 2.5 years later, sold that to Anheuser-Busch. I am not a corporate guy, but Earl Kite, my mentor in the industry, asked me to be the middleman between Anheuser-Busch and Cutwater. Said, hey, can you have an Anheuser-Busch email address for me for a little bit here? Okay, I'll do it. Was the director of their new wine and spirits department at Anheuser-Busch Beyond Beer. And for 11 months during COVID, that's what I did.
Okay.
And I literally was pulling out my hair. I'd take off my hat, but these headsets are feeling good, so I won't. But I am bald. I was pulling out my hair because everyone wanted to be busy during COVID.
Sure.
They're like, hey, we got to act busy. Let's have meetings and meetings and meetings and meetings. And I love Anheuser-Busch. I learned a lot of good things. But again, my RTD category, ready to drink, started blowing up during COVID because everyone was home wanting to drink, right? And wanted to be easy.
Everybody.
Sure.
Everyone.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I could sell 1,000 cases a day, but I'm on a call right now about who's going to be on a text thread. I'm trying to build this Beyond Beer team. So from there, for the first time in a decade, I looked for a job, and I found Onda Tequila Seltzer, 8 pages down. I talk about luck, right? This is a crazy story. 8 pages down, like BevForce, one of my beverage job search places. So I apply. They were looking for a sales rep in New Jersey, New York, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to put my resume out there. I'm not a sales rep for New Jersey and New York. I know a lot of chains. I can get to chains very quickly across America. And I applied, and they're like, hey, you're not for this role, but we want to talk to you. About 3 weeks later, I tricked them into hiring me. I was employee number 1 on a tequila seltzer. 2 years later, we were a top 10 spirit-based seltzer in America. 2 years later.
Yeah.
From there, I was like, dang, I'm really good at getting small brands that deserve to be everywhere into these chains into a lot of states. And so I told the guys at Onda, hey, you know what? I'm going to pull myself off the salary, the big payroll, and I'm going to help a couple other brands as well and see what happens. But I definitely want to keep you guys because Onda's my baby, right? I was employee number 1. I started the whole thing. And so they said, okay, you know what? We support you. Let's do this. And that's how Positivity Brands came to fruition. August 1st of 2023, I started it. And here we are. Just everyone's really happy. We're getting these brands everywhere. It's pretty fun.
That's awesome. What a story. So what's your process in terms of, I'm sure now that you're the guy to start these smaller brands off, how are you picking brands? Like right here, we got Recess, Watermelon Mojito.
No, mocktail. It's amazing, right? So
how do you go pick these Recess? Yeah, this is one of my, half dozen brands.
That's
or
a great
whatever.
question.
It's a very good question. And I said I was a good salesman to the kids earlier, right, when I was a teacher, because I was. But I really am not a good salesman. I have to be passionate for the brands in order for me to actually do a good job.
Right.
So first of all, is it on trend? 1. 2, do I like the people, right? The people do I like the story? Do I like the founders? Because I don't want to work with jerks anymore. I don't. I've done that. I've done the corporate thing for little stints here and there, and I just want to work with cool people.
Sure.
And I want them to have good stories. And I have to like the liquid, because if I don't like the liquid, I'm not going to be able to get it to the masses, right? So those are pretty much the 3 prerequisites of what I have and what I do.
So it's got to pass the taste test.
The JB taste test. Well, I have a panel, right? My wife and our friends, and hey guys, let's try this out. And I do have a panel to try it. I'm like a buyer at a chain, like a Albertsons or a Walmart or a Target, where they have the Trader Joe's. They have a panel. If they try it, and majority of them like it, they're probably going to bring it in.
Yeah.
If they don't like it, it's not going to happen.
Yep, absolutely. It's amazing. As we get older, and maybe it's just because of where we're at, none of us want to work with a-holes, right? And I don't think it has to be that way. I was thinking about it as you were saying that. I'm like, does everybody have to go through the ranks of working for a prick? But I'm like, no, because you're building a business. We're building businesses. We're not going to be pricks to work for. So hopefully, right, our positivity and our passion and vision can inspire the next generation. And like I said, it's one of the many things that I appreciate about you.
100% agree with that. I mean, it's funny because I do want to grow my business, and I need to, because I do get hit up a lot. It's only word of mouth. It's like that little card that Hitch has. Hey, that's the only way I'll be able to talk to you. And I do need to grow. But I have the people in my mind of who I want to hire, and everyone's like, oh, I can't wait to work for you. And I said, you're not going to be working for me. You're going to be working with me.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not, I want everyone to win. And that's how my mentality is. Like, you're not going to be working for me. You're going to be working with me, next to me. That's it.
Yeah. If he's winning, you're winning.
That's right.
It's pretty simple, right?
The job is to make your boss look good.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the job. Exactly.
And be cool doing it, right?
Sure.
And that's kind of why we started this. One of the first times I met you, you brought a lucky coin out. I want to go into this story. I don't know. Have you heard the story, Brian?
Not. I'd love to.
So Brian hasn't heard the story of your lucky coin, but I think it is, a great story, A, and B, just, kind of sets the tone of like kind of how life works.
Of course, 100%. And I think that story came to fruition because you were like you said something about luck too. and having a Lucky Charm maybe.
Yes.
Is that how it started?
Yes, exactly. We were out front of the studio. We were just, yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it started.
And I reached into my pocket and I pulled out my lucky coin, right? And I have it everywhere I go, minus the past 2 days. I lost my lucky coin
No.
2 days ago. And it's here now, which thankfully, but it was literally had it in my pocket and it was finally got nice out. It's been raining like crazy here, huh? Sheesh. But finally got nice out. I went outside, enjoyed my, the weather, and then it just disappeared.
Yeah.
And I don't get mad very often, but today I got a little frustrated, and I was sitting outside again, and I'm a big believer in signs. So this must have been a sign like, hey, JB, calm down. It's all going to work out, right? So I got a little frustrated and kind of like got up, and my chair kind of like shook as I got up. And all of a sudden I hear a clink, clink, clink.
Oh, no.
it was in that damn chair I was sitting in
great.
today. That's where I lost it.
That's
so
great. Well,
luckily I found it. And to your point, it's just all about hard work, positive mindset, having fun, being kind. It's not rocket science, It's not. And I think people overthink life, their professional life, their personal life so many times when it's not that difficult.
Totally. But it's a metaphor for life for sure, right?
100%.
Sometimes you'll have hard days. Sometimes you'll have good days, but you got to stay the course.
You got to stay the course. And when you have bad days, just you can flip any situation into a positive, right? Things happen for a reason. They always work out for the better. It's going to be okay. Sometimes we don't know why things happen.
Right.
It's, but it's
Sure.
You got to stay the course.
Yep.
100%.
Yep. If you can turn a setback into a positive direction, that'll be huge.
And talk about positivity too. It's like, so when I started at Crest Beverage way back when, there was a few people in there that were like, dude, this JB guy, he's so fake. Like, how can someone be that positive? And I've been training my mind to do this since middle school, high school. Like, it is hard. People come up to me now like, it is hard. It is. It's
hard.
Not easy.
Yeah.
It's very hard. But if you just just read the right books, meditate, write down goals, whatever you need to do, work out, get outside. It all comes together, and it takes a lot of practice. It does.
Yep, absolutely.
So the coin, where you carry it every day.
Yep.
Where did you get it? How did it start?
That's another great question.
It is a good question. It is a good question. Well, it's actually, I got it at a coin show when I was little. And it was in a case, like a little package thing. And on it, it said $33. So I must have bought it way back when for $33. I looked it up. It's first of all, I can't even see it now. It's a 1892 coin, right? And
Coin.
I looked it up, and if it was in mint condition, it'd be like 30 grand. I guess I wasn't that lucky, but still. So I found it, and I showed my brother, hey, because my brother and I bought it way back when, and it must have been 5 years ago. I said, Garrett, check this out. This is from when we were little. He goes, oh. So what should I do with it? You want it? And he's like, no. He's like, I don't want it. Why don't you just open it up and just have it as a lucky coin? And from then on, it's really worked out.
Do you feel like it's a crutch ever? Like if you don't have it, you're like lost. Yes. I asked that because in football, I remember in high school, I got like OCD kind of with things, right? Like I had to do things a certain way before games. If I didn't have half a waffle for breakfast, I was going to play like shit.
Like it's all mindset, right? It's all a mindset.
So like I had a shirt, I had a mouthpiece that I had to have, and it kind of got out of control where I had to like simplify and be like, okay, I can have a shirt, or I can have one thing, because it was getting out of control. I'm like, oh, I forgot my this. And now I'm going to play like crap. And it was like a total head spinning thing. So,
well, I can tell you this. Friday I had it, and I had a killer day. I probably sold 3,000 cases total within my brands nationally. I lost it on Monday. Monday was a decent day, but I lost it on Monday. Tuesday gone. Wednesday today was a very good day in sales. So I think it has something to do with it. Sure. And I'm also very crazy too when I get these weird magical feelings in my hands and my arms, and like I'm like, oh shit, something big's gonna happen. And
energies,
usually it does.
Sure.
And I know I'm crazy. I know I'm crazy. I admit it every day.
But you have to be a little crazy in life.
Have to.
You can't just be a robotic,
You have to.
Yeah, you
Totally.
have to. You have to.
So.
How did you get into alcohol sales?
So yeah, like I said, I was teaching before, and I met the Saraba
That's right.
family, and,
Yes.
and they got me into
yes.
it. And
Yes.
and it's funny too because, like I said, it took me 3
That's
interviews. So I had an interview with the Reyes employee, like
the Miller guys.
the Miller guys, and so they're like, "Oh, this guy's not going away. This guy's not going away." All right, fine. Third interview, I finally get it. So I sat Steven Serapis down and I said, "Hey, dude, I want to make you look good. Let me do the work. Don't help me. Just let me do it." And then the first year I was salesman of the year. Second year, salesman of the year. Third year, I got promoted. We won a Constellation Kahuna Cup, which is a big brand. It's Corona Pacifico. It's this national award that they give the best distributor. We won it for the first time under me. Then I was Miller Coors brand manager, and then a DN. Like every year, I just got promoted. So it was pretty cool.
That's awesome. So my next question is, so you had an acronym for ready to drink?
RTD.
RTDs. So do you specialize in RTDs, or are you gonna, like, with the Heaven's Door, like, are you specific? Do you have wine, or is it strictly like a canned drink, or like, do you have it all?
I'm super, super lucky because I started at Ballast Point, right? So I know all the, and in the chain world, there's different types, there's different buyers within a chain, like a Walmart or a Albertsons or Ralph's or whatever. There's the wine buyer, there's a beer buyer, and there's the spirits buyer. And I've been lucky enough to call on the beer buyer for Ballast Point, right? Mm-hmm. Then the spirits buyer and also started at spirits at Ballast Point, but spirits buyer with Cutwater more so. And then also the wine buyers, because I started that department after I sold Cutwater to Anheuser-Busch Beyond Beer, so I had to do wine as well. So I know all buyers out there. So I'm very blessed. Again, I keep going back to luck, right? I'm very blessed to that. My mentor in the industry, Earl Kite, let me run ahead of him every single time, Ballast Point, Cutwater, Anheuser-Busch, to where I can call on everyone. So usually when you have these big brands like an Anheuser-Busch or a Miller Coors or a Diageo or Pernod Ricard, they have such big portfolios and a big team. They go, okay, you're going to call on Target. Okay, you're going to call on Walmart. You don't get to call on everyone on regionals to nationals. And in the drugstore department, the C-store, convenience store department, grocery, and packaged liquor. Gotcha. Where I've been lucky enough to go beat everyone. And I don't want to just go and meet in your office. I want to go have some fun. Let's go to a ball game, golf, where applicable, where they're allowed to. Sure. Go to dinner. And I don't want to just go out with you. I want to know your spouse. I want to know your kids. Like, bring them with us, because these buyers and these distributors too, they get pulled left and right, up and down, and they're always going out. But guess what? They're usually leaving their spouse and kids at home. Sure. But I want us to all have fun. I don't want you at dinner with me thinking about, oh man, my wife's going to kill me, my husband's going to kill me, because I'm always out. Yeah. So that's why I kind of bring them all together, and then we actually create a real relationship.
Right. And you get to do fun. I mean, taking kids to a ball game, like, those are memories that they remember.
Always.
All of a sudden you say you're not a salesman, but that's like a direct pipeline.
Oh man, and I said I'm so proud of my kids, my 2 daughters. I'm a hashtag girl dad guy. Sure. Always, right? I love it, and I attach. They've sold a lot of booze in their life, even though they don't know it, right? 'Cause I'm so proud. I attach pictures and all that. Yeah. On every single email of the girls and what they do. And speaking of girls and girl dad and girl power, even, it's incredible to see, and I'm gonna get emotional probably. My industry used to be a very male driven industry, right? A lot of it's the good old boys, that's it. And it's so refreshing to see how many females are doing such big things in my industry right now. It's cool. Awesome, right? I mean, I could name off Albertsons, Vaughn's Pavilions buyers a female, Bevmo, GoPuff. I mean, you name it. I mean, I sent out emails the other day, International Women's Day. I sent out, I want to call it 200 emails to big buyers and distributors too, females, just thanking them for paving the road for my girls. Like, it's just incredible to see. Cool. So I'm pretty pumped about that as well.
That's amazing. Yeah. That really is awesome. So as much as you get to go out and have fun, entertain, and build relationships, you mentioned that you're on the road a lot. You're having to travel a lot for your job. Speak on that a little bit.
Oh yeah, I can speak on that a lot. And it's funny because I started traveling about 100 plus nights. Now I'm up to like 150, 175 a year. And everyone, when I first started, was like, oh, you're going to get sick of it. And honestly, I want more. and sorry, babe. So let me apologize to my wife. Sorry, babe. My job, and I tell all my sales reps when I have a sales team, is you got to go out there and tell stories and make friends. It's not rocket science, right? And that's what I do. I go out and tell stories and make friends. And it's a lot of fun. And honestly, I think it's probably been beneficial for my marriage.
Sure.
To say to being a football player, being away a little bit, right? She gets to miss me. The kids get to miss me. I'm like a little kid at heart. Like I'm 40, almost 41 this month. Oh my gosh. But I feel like I'm 25 and I probably act like that. And so I'm the one doing the, cannonballs in the pool. I told my wife back in the day, like, hey, we're having kids so that I'm not the creepy guy at the trampoline park, right? That's why we're having kids, because I want to go to these things. So it's probably been beneficial to my marriage because she misses me, and we just have a great relationship. And I do need to give a shout out to my wife because she does not complain. It takes a very, very special person to have their spouse away for that many days. I'm gone Monday through Thursday. I get back for the weekends. But she works full time. The girl, luckily she's a teacher. The girls go to school with her. But I mean, man, what a special person. Yeah. Right.
That's amazing. Wow. So out of the 150 days plus or minus that you're gone a year, are you traveling to a certain part of the country more so than the other, or?
So yeah, for me, it's yes and no. So your question about RTDs, right? Do I specialize in RTDs? The answer is yes. Okay, I help build the category, I feel like, with my buyers out there. Like, we brought Cutwater. That's what really made these things explode. So the top 5 RTD states, I want to say in America, that's always been for Ballast Point, Cutwater, and Onda, have been California, Florida, Ohio, Illinois, and of all states, Massachusetts. So I'm in those states a lot, but I go to Texas often, Louisiana, you name it. I'm pretty much in every state. Yeah. I'm going to head up to Maine this year. I've never been to Maine, and I want some lobster, and it'd be great with a good boy or an Onda or whatever. So I'm absolutely going to do that this year. So I got to pick and choose where I go, but I obviously want to make it beneficial and really impact it, compact and impactful together. So like the other day, 2 weeks ago, I was in 4 states in 1 week, and I had 7 meetings. I was in Arkansas, Texas, Nevada, and California for meetings. Wow. In 1 week.
That's crazy. What's the strategy in moving into a new market?
So the strategy is, really it used to be independents, on-premise builds, brands, but since COVID hit, everyone's shopping at the grocery stores, everyone's shopping at the chains. So really, I like to go to the chain states because that's where the volume's at. That's where, you get a lot of outlets for a brand, and that's my specialty. So I really like to go to the chain states, and those states I named minus Massachusetts, and I just have a really good distributor partner there, always, that I use. They do really well, but chain states is where I usually go to. Yeah.
It's funny hearing, because with football, I was on a bunch of different teams. I was up in the Northwest, the East Coast, down in Louisiana, Midwest, and Chicago. And my wife and I associate where we were with the grocery store. So you went through all those different names, and you're like, oh, Safeway, that's Bay Area. Oh, that's up in the Northwest too. And then you went to down in New Orleans, the Winn-Dixie's where we shopped, and then
Rouse's in New Orleans. Rouse's. Come on, Rouse's. No,
we were at Winn-Dixie though.
I want to
say, but it's just a trip because you don't hear. You rattle them off so like naturally. But I say that to my kids, and they're like, what did you just say, Dad?
Wegmans? Come on, Wegmans?
Yes.
Legit.
All of it.
Legit Wegmans, right?
Yes.
What's different about it than like a Pavilions or a...
Pavilions is great, too.
Or any...
Of course, but they're all different, right? It's like...
Yeah, they're just a little different, and it's like, it's weird to see the little differences. You're like, oh, this is that at Albertsons at home, and it's here, and then you're like, oh, they're the same company or whatever.
There's a lot. Albertsons, Jalasko, Safeway. They're all the same. Correct.
So you see those differences, and then you're like, well, why are they different names? Oh, they're just regional differently. And but a lot of people don't experience all the different chains.
And then they got packaged liquor, which there's some amazing packaged liquor chains out there. Yeah. ABC Fine Wine and Spirits in Florida, amazing. Binny's in Illinois, amazing. Yeah. Specs in Texas, like there's all those guys too.
Yeah, it's a trip.
Yeah, it is a trip. People don't know.
Wow.
But like, to your question too, like they're so different. Like Buc-ee's in Texas
Mhm.
is one of the best C-stores out, convenience stores out there. It's massive. You can buy anything. You can buy jerky, you can buy fudge, you can buy, and they're known for their clean bathrooms,
Right.
right? Which is very, very smart.
Mhm.
But like they're all different. It's crazy.
Is there a brand that you like? Not that you like more than the other. I know Onda's probably, like you said, your baby.
Yep.
But out of all of them, since they're so different, let's pick one of them because we were talking about it. Heaven's Door, for example, right? Who, where, how did this one come about?
Interesting enough, Heaven's Door came about through Onda. Because SIP Investors, which owns Heaven's Door, they're great people. They actually had to invest. They're investors in Onda, and so with that, they saw what I did. They're like, "Hey, you know what? Could you come help us too?" And so that's how that all came to fruition. Heaven's Door is Bob Dylan's brand. It's probably one of the fastest. I'm so blessed to have them a part of my portfolio. It's one of the fastest growing bourbon brands in America. So it's really a staple in the Positivity Brands portfolio. Excited about them.
That's amazing. Are you starting to see the mocktails take off more?
Yes, and it's funny because I used to be like, oh no, mocktails, and I always sell liquor, right? I don't want people not drinking. I mean, come on, right?
Yeah.
But now with Recess, they have four flavors. They have the margarita, the Paloma, the Mule, and this watermelon mojito here, and it is really taking off. This non-alc category, is it a trend? I don't know. Is it a fad? I don't know. I'm thinking it's going to be here a while because it is better for you, right? Calories are lower, sugar's lower, no alcohol, obviously, but you still get that kick with Recess. They have adaptogens in there, have a bit of caffeine in there. It makes you feel really good. But everywhere I am putting it, it's flying off the shelves. It's crazy. And not only for dry January or sober October, but every single day it's doing better and better. I mean, you see this. I mean, it's not mine. Athletic Brewing really kicked it off with a non-alc beer that people love and drink, right? This is the next big thing for sure, these Recess mocktails.
Recess, I got to say, it's one of the best tasting mocktails I've ever tasted. The branding is on point. The calories is low. And Brian and I were talking about that, right? We're like 25 calories, 6 grams of carbs, very little sugar, 4 grams of sugar. It's just, I mean, you see why it's taken off.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
And I mean, everyone, I'm putting it in Gelson's and Albertsons, Vaughn's Pavilions, and, Wegmans, soon to be Whole Foods. Like, it's really taken off.
Can you talk a little bit about like so I'm Recess, I come to you. You talk about distributors and buyers. What's the difference? And like, do you have both of those relationships? Do you have to kind of massage the middleman? Are you the middleman between the two? How does that all work?
Yeah, it's a great question. With non-alc, you can go direct, but we can go down that road later on. But with alcohol, you need to have a distributor. It's it's a 3-tier system where the supplier sells to the distributor sells to the grocery store, liquor store, bar.
Who all have their own buyers, correct?
Correct.
So like a Target has a buyer, a Safeway has a buyer.
Correct.
And they're talking to the distributors are selling to them.
Yep, they sell to the stores. They deliver to the stores. Correct. So, that said, we have this 3-tier system so we can really level out the playing field as far as pricing goes. Right, one guy over here, this bar here gets it for X amount, and this bar gets it for way less. No, that's no more. And really, Prohibition helped pave the road for that to make it even playing field.
Gotcha.
And so distributors, which there are a bunch of them, right? For liquor, the top ones are Southern Glazers, RNDC, Breakthrough Beverage, and those are really the top 3. And then beer, there's Reyes, which is huge, who I used to work for. But there's a lot of big distributors out there that cover a lot of states, and so luckily I have the relationship with most of them. So I do both distributor management and networking, and also the chains. When the chains are, like you said, there's one buyer for Target, or there's one buyer for Albertsons, Vaughn's, Pavilions, where you go and so when you walk down a grocery aisle, like at a Pavilions or an Albertsons, there's one buyer that for spirits, and there's also the beer and wine, right? These 3 buyers are the ones that, okay, this Good Boy vodka is right here on the shelf. This Onda tequila, is it with the tequila? Right here on the shelf. It's drawn out.
And the buyers from those stores set up the aisle?
Correct. Well, distributors help set it up. It's called a reset. It's usually in
Is
the
there
spring.
more value to like where it is on the shelf?
Absolutely. I hate to say this, but I always say that if you're on the bottom shelf, you probably shouldn't even be in the store, because that's where brands go to die. No one's looking down when they're shopping, right? They're looking. So you want to be eye level.
Yeah.
You want to be, in the cold box, especially too, for cans. But definitely a big.
And does relationship help get placement?
Relationship does help get
Do you
placement.
pay for placement?
You can't.
Oh,
Legal.
you can't. That's a great question.
So who
yeah.
picks placement? The buyer?
The buyer does. The one person, yeah.
Oh man, that's.
I mean, they have a hard job. That's how I relate
You
with
can
them.
make some
So-
enemies.
Yeah, it's true, but you also, I mean, they want to do what's right for their stores, right?
Sure.
They see the numbers. There's a thing called Nielsen data and IRI data, right?
Okay.
And that's the data that whatever goes through the register, that clicks onto that data. So it shows you what the top brands are. All
So
the way
they can
down to
have.
the
You can
bottom.
make a case. You're like, we've sold 50% more recess. They're getting the best spot.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Exactly. That's how.
So
they
it's
do
not
it.
like I like JB better than Jeff.
Nope. I mean, there's some of that.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
probably is, but really, I try to help and like do the right thing, right?
Right.
Where this should be eye level. This probably should be a little bit lower because the sales, show it.
Interesting.
And are the stores and the buyers for the stores consistently sharing with you where like you rank in comparison to?
No, so
Oh.
IRI and Nielsen data costs a lot of money, but it's out there. Distributors usually have it. They can help share and all that stuff. So.
Yes. Are they rotating at what point, like throughout the month? Can they put this in the center shelf and then?
No, it's a map. It's there,
it
right?
is.
So spring, it's called spring resets, and usually I pitch for spring resets in August for the next spring, right? And that's the big one where you're going to see a lot of new items, innovation items come out now. You go to pavilions, you're going to see some new items out there.
Sure.
And they sometimes do a fall tweak, but the big refresh is in spring. So that's where all the innovation comes,
Cool.
all the new items come, and their space is limited.
Right.
So those bottom feeders that weren't paying their rent, I like to say.
Yeah.
So I look at that when I go to grocery shopping. I look at that shelf and think of it as a apartment complex. And if you're not paying rent, it's not doing anyone any good.
I want to go to the grocery store with you. I would love to see how you look at it.
Probably people will look at me and like rolling their eyes like, who is this guy? Because my kids are going up in like front facing things and pulling the alcohol up because I don't want if it's back there, no one's seeing it. So they pull it up, right? Whatever. That's a whole nother story too. But
this guy.
it's
exactly.
it's so funny. Oh, Sculpin. Oh, Cutwater. My kids know it all, man. My daughter was in 10 breweries by the time she was 6 months.
Oh my gosh. I remember when Sculpin first hit the shelves, people were going wild for
Still
it.
the best IPA ever. It's so good.
Yeah.
I love it.
I agree. It's amazing.
It's so
What did they do? How did they do such a good job to
Sure.
create that
I mean,
demand for their product? What was it about there?
well, and that's a good point. Like we created the demand, right? I was selling Ballast Point Sculpin when I was at Crest, when they first started, and I had one case of 22-ounce bombers to give to one liquor store. Talk about favorites. Like, who the hell am I going to give 12 bottles to?
Right.
Right? Like, and people were begging for it.
Right.
And so we kind of created that demand. And Yusuf Chernay, he's just a genius, right? He's the head brewer, now master distiller at Cutwater.
Ballast Point.
Of Ballast Point, yeah. I mean, he is just so amazing. And really, I mean, the whole team over there at Ballast Point that started it, were Jack White, who founded Ballast Point, were just spot on, and they just knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
They made really good beer.
Sculpin was
really good
amazing.
beer.
I literally, again, I loved
Yeah.
going. Gosh, I remember one of the guys I work with was like, you have to go up to the Ralph's and you got to go into the back refrigerated section, and he's like sent me on a treasure hunt.
Oh yeah,
And I remember finding it, and I was so. And then they came out with like pineapple,
Grapefruit.
and
Grapefruit.
grapefruit, exactly.
habanero Sculpin was like
Habanero.
our most inconsistent beer because we used actual habanero. So like sometimes it was like, oh man,
Yeah.
it's so spicy, or not
Not
less spicy. So
spicy.
yeah, exactly. It was crazy.
That's
but
insane.
what
So-
a fun time.
Oh, so are those Sculpin pineapple? Are those flavors still for
No,
sale?
I think you can only find grapefruit and also regular Sculpin right now. And Constellation purchased it, and unfortunately, it didn't go as well as they had hoped, and so they actually resold it to another company out of Illinois, Kings of Convict, and they actually bought it now, and they're running with it, and hopefully they can revive it.
So Ballast Point is dissolved, gone at this point.
It's still there. You can still find it, right?
Yeah.
They have the Ballast Point Brewery in Long Beach. They still have it on downtown Disney. They have it in San Diego. Those brew pubs are great. I mean, that was another brilliant thing we did.
With all that momentum, though, how could you not just absolutely hit a home run there?
Oh boy, you're gonna have me go into the story, huh? Shoot. All right, fine, I'm in.
Okay.
Twisted his arm.
It twisted my arm, right? Exactly. I don't know really why or what happened. It makes me sad. I had that transition period from when we sold Ballast Point. I had 6 months to where I had to be at Constellation, and I was training them with their chain team, which calls on all the grocery chains across America. And I was training their chain team, and at lunch, they're like, JB, this is awesome. They're learning about hops. They're learning about craft beer. This is great. Good job. We're not going to put this a part of their KPIs, their key
Performing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, index. Yep,
exactly.
Yep.
So they're not going to get bonused off Ballast Point. They're still going to get bonused off Corona, Pacifico, and all that, Modelo, but not on Ballast Point. They're company people, which I get, of course.
Totally.
You would hope.
Yeah.
Right? But also, I have a family to take care of. I'm going to be pushing what?
It's going to pay the bills.
It's gonna pay the bills.
For sure.
And I said, you're joking, right? No, they're family. They're corporate guys. They're fine. And then I said, okay, do your thing. And I think that decision might have swayed it south. I think, but I don't know. So
it has to.
Yeah, of course.
There's no doubt about it.
I know.
Absolutely. But think about, again, even that scenario or scenarios like that of companies that don't pivot, right? And they don't do what is so simple, what we've been talking about, right? It's so simple.
Overthink it. They overthink it.
Overthink it.
They do. And it makes me sad, but I still love Sculpin. Grapefruit Sculpin. I still buy it at Sprouts.
Yep. Yep. But how exciting does it make you too, knowing that you're now representing brands that are on the come up, that are at the same place that Ballast Point Sculpin was at one point of their career, and you're getting to deal with the executives, right, and the sales reps in these organizations. How fun is that?
It's great, and really, like, why I did what I did and left Honda to do Positivity Brands is because there are so many great brands out there that deserve to be everywhere, and for the people, it deserves to be in their refrigerators, right? But people just don't know how to do it. And like kombucha cocktails, I represent. It's kombucha vodka, first of its kind. And when I sat down with him, he came down here he lives in Newport, the founder, great guy, one of the best guys I've ever met, Keith. And Keith McDonald, he came down and we met at Pizza Port. He goes, all right, I brought some samples. I want you to try it. And I tried it, and I was like, oh my God, I'm not a kombucha drinker. I'm not.
Right.
I was like, what is this? Like, why are you not in every Whole Foods? And the words out of his mouth was like, I just don't know how to do that. I don't know. I don't know. And guess what?
That's like music to you. I do.
I do.
Yeah.
And guess what? This month, end of this month, we're in 78 Whole Foods.
Let's go.
So like it's done, right? And that's why I love to do what I do is I help these small brands get to what they deserve, and that's everywhere. And I love to keep the American dream going. And it's pretty incredible.
Does Positivity Brands come into the marketing at all, or is that on?
I pretend to be a marketer, right? I mean, I'm trying to be an influencer.
Yeah.
I get some good hits on my Instagram reels. I have almost 2,500 followers. I should be probably more, but I try to help and put and like educate on what I think should happen. But I'm not like hey, let's design this or design that.
Gotcha.
But I do put together really good presentations for sales pitches and all that. Actually, take that back. I should probably mention I do have a partner in this Positivity Brands thing. His name is Matt Baudino, and he's the reason why I get to go out and have fun, tell stories, make friends. Right? He's my behind the scenes guy. He does all my presentations, my new item forms, my pricing, all that stuff. And he's actually really good at the marketing stuff as well.
Gotcha.
So I have him behind the scenes so I can go out and have some fun.
There you go.
You always need that guy.
Sounds like my Andrew. I know I'm looking over that way, and
exactly.
No one can see that, but like, how important is having like that team of people that you can? Yeah, it is with everything, right?
So important.
Oh yeah, just like football.
You need everybody.
Just like your spouse. Like, yeah, it's one team with one dream, and we just go get it, right?
Yeah.
That's
one
it.
town, one team.
One town, one team.
Yes.
Exactly.
Hey, on that thread,
yes,
put you on the spot.
Yes.
what are your thoughts on our like brewery scene in town?
Ooh, that's a good question.
So that is a good question.
And
a great
everyone's friendly,
question.
everyone's nice, but there's
Look, we don't have a Sculpin, right? No one's come. I like Artifacts is one of my favorites for sure, but we don't have a Sculpin yet. But I love the brewery scene. I mean, we're getting. I'm probably at a brewery every weekend with my kids and my wife.
yeah,
And I love seeing the tour buses go around. It's great,
it's fun.
very fun. People are great. I mean, Los Molinos, great spot. Music, it's amazing. I just need someone to come out with the next Sculpin here in San Clemente because that'll put us on the map. The beer's good. The beer's good, but we need someone just to take it to the next level. And I love the beer. Like I said, it's good beer.
Yes.
But we want that one.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys have had Society beer. It's out of San Diego.
No.
The Pupil. It's the next Sculpin for sure.
Really?
Oh my God, it's amazing.
How do we get it up here?
I'll get it.
Do you know someone that can get it up
I know
here
the
for us?
founder very well. I know the founder very well, and it's up here. It's in stores.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Say it one more time.
Society beer, and it's called the Pupil, and it's the next Sculpin.
Really? Hey, you've heard it here first.
Yes, yes, you have.
Okay, so
and I don't represent them. I just like the beer. I don't represent.
But that's why we love you. Is you are a neutral player. You are promoting anything that does good for the consumer and for anybody. Right?
A brand that deserves to be in your fridge.
Period.
Exactly.
Ooh, that's a good tagline.
Yeah.
Hey, again, you've heard that one here first too.
Yes, lots of firsts here. It's funny you say that actually, because when I was selling Ballast Point or when I was selling Cutwater, as more and more people came out with these ready to drink cans, I would go in there to these buyers, and this is why I got the trust from them. And I would go and sell Ballast Point Sculpin, Grapefruit Sculpin. And then I'd throw in there, hey, you should also have Stone. You should also have Lagunitas, all this stuff. They're like, wait, who do you work for? You're from Ballast Point? I'm like, yeah, but I also work for the category, right? I don't want you to there's only a certain amount of space on this one aisle. I don't want you to put in crap, because if someone finally is going to come over and try a ready to drink or try a craft beer and it's crap, they might be like, oh, I tried it. I don't like craft beer. Done. I'm out. So I'm a man of the categories for sure. 100%. I try to pitch and do the right thing. Like, hey, you have to have these top sellers so we can continue to get the people to come to our category.
Yeah, they may not even go back down that aisle.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
That's interesting.
Wild. So are the breweries, and is that still in its like early stages, or is it? Because the reason I ask that is because you're starting to see, or at least I am, and I could be wrong, distilleries, whiskeys, right, and those types kind of make their way into the brewery scene. And I think a brewery even went out of business. But
so you're on point. You're spot on, right? And in craft beer world right now, it's tough, right? And you can't really go national anymore with a craft beer. It's more of a regional play, right? That's just the way people are going towards the community. They're grasping toward hey, regional beer. It's local. I'm going to drink it. If you go national with it, it's tough with craft beer. We used to sell a ton of 22-ounce bombers. There's no more 22-ounce bombers out there. There's not. Right? There's just 6-packs and 16-ounce cans, and that's it. But people are also realizing, you guys were looking at calories earlier, right? 95 calories here, 25 calories there. You guys were talking about it. People are realizing that beer, you said it, I think yourself. Yeah. You have 4 or 5 beers, you're feeling bloated. That's a lot of calories. Yeah. They're realizing that tequila is really good for you. Like, not good for you. Alcohol's not good for you, but less calories. It's more flavorful.
Clean.
Bourbon, same thing, right? Clean and all that. So people are going towards spirits. It took me a long time to educate the community on this. I mean, when I first came out with Cutwater, I think I told the story earlier today, we wanted to come out with a 12-pack, right? And this is when White Claw and Truly had just come out. And White Claw and Truly, people thought at first, and they probably still do, that was vodka. Right. But that's flavored malt. That's a beer, right?
Really?
So
I know that.
Learned something new today too. I didn't know either.
That's a beer. So if I came out with a 12-pack of Cutwater, price point on that would have been $34.99.
Wow, because
alcohol costs more, right? Tequila and rum, all of it. So White Claw and Truly, 12-pack was $16.99. So I'm like, we're not going to sell a 12-pack of Cutwater next to a 12-pack of White Claw and Truly, because it's a $15 difference.
Right.
So that's why I was like, hey, let's make an 8-pack. be it more at $19.99, $18.99 versus the $16.99. That's less of a gap, and let's try to get people to come to the spirit side.
Ooh.
And
Interesting.
that's why it all happened. But yeah, but education on this thing, like you guys didn't know that White Claw really was just.
No, I thought they were all kind of in the same.
I thought it was
Like it wasn't a beer, right? Like it wasn't a.
It's a seltzer, but yeah, it's a beer. It's made like a beer.
White Claw too has done a great job with marketing, right? Like the can,
Of course.
the can
So,
size.
like, that when you're making that, is it like making a mixed drink at your house and then you put it in a can, seal it up, and it's good to go?
So when you're making it at your house, you're probably making it a little bit stronger, right? You're putting a little bit more alcohol in there, and then these are more of like 4.5% to 5%, like less.
But if I'm going to Los Molinos,
but the answer is yes. Yes, it's like making your own.
so if I go to Los Molinos and I'm getting their seltzer, they make those in their
Fermenters, yep.
big. It's the same process as making beer.
Yes.
Oh, are they selling it as Los Molinos? Are they selling
all those
seltzers or like a
places
lot of
have a seltzer now?
Yeah,
breweries do?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they all do. My wife loves seltzers. I mean, yeah.
Everybody, I know. Yeah. Wow, that's
But
fascinating.
What about like
little do you know that these are better for you with liquor.
Yeah,
exactly
Less carbs, less sugar, all of it.
Yeah, yeah.
love me a good John Daly.
I was gonna say, and a good boy. Are you kidding me? Like, if that does that not make you want to have a good boy?
Yeah.
Just looking at it, right?
Well, the cool thing about Good Boy too. Yes, there's John Daly involved. We actually have one that's Citrus Circus. It's an Orange Crush that by Travis Pastrana. Pretty cool. But Good Boy, we always say every case, every pour helps a pup, right?
Mhm.
And so we actually, every case we sell, we actually give money back to the military dogs that are forgotten. They're out there fighting our fight too,
Sure.
and then they retire. And so we actually give back to our military dogs, our military, every case we sell. So we always say every pour helps a pup, which is incredible to me. Again, the founder is amazing. The same thought process as me. Let's give back to the community. So that's pretty cool that they do that.
Does Good Boy Vodka have a bottled vodka?
They do.
Does most of the RTD drinks have like a liquor that's not their drink? Or
I would say no. Most of them don't. Cutwater, we had every single bottle under the sun, right? We make everything in house. Good Boy does now. Onda does, which is great, but most do not yet.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Are any of these companies looking to raise capital and raise money still?
Always. I mean, always startups are. I mean, it takes a lot of money to build a brand, and I always ask some of my brands like, "Hey, are you raising money?" Like always, nonstop. Right. And it's a fun industry to get involved in. So like, if you do have funds out there that you want to, I mean, all my brands I feel like are winners. If you do have funds out there that you want to put into something cool and make some money on, the liquor industry is it. Like it's growing. I mean, people drink what? They celebrate it. They celebrate with drinking. They're drown their sorrows with drinking. Like it's not going away. No. We sure as heck know it's COVID proof.
Yep.
Like, right? Like people just took off then.
Yep.
So it's not going away. So it's a really good investment when you find the right brand.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. So if you want to get involved and you want to invest into any of these amazing companies, we will put all of JB's information down below, and you can get in touch with him. Highly recommend it. Is it harder today to raise money than it was a few years ago?
Absolutely. I mean, the whole industry's changed dramatically, whatever you want to say, in the past 3 years. Distributors are different. The buyers are different. Like they're just buying in a different way. I think COVID really, everyone took everything in COVID because it was just taking off, right? It was good. It was a fun time. Now they're trying to kind of slow down a bit, trim the selection out there, distributors and chain buyers. So, but it's going to get back to where it was pretty quick, I have a feeling.
For sure. It's interesting because our really good buddy that owns Murph e-bikes, he was saying how he kind of got lucky. He did a private equity deal and acquisition with his company, but he's like, I couldn't have done that deal today. Right place, right time, like everything just lined up.
Right. It's crazy how that works too, and it's so. I don't like greed. Like I see some companies that are like could sell for $100 million right now, and they won't because they think. And I get it, right? Like it's your baby, you built this thing, and you believe it's worth more.
God bless you.
Right?
That was silent.
Yeah, that was so good. Sorry.
I missed it even.
I almost
really good.
I almost exploded.
America's Got Talent right here. Come on. That was talented.
That was so good.
So good.
I almost exploded.
You did. It was so good.
Oh man. But it's funny because at Cutwater, before we sold, and my mentor in the industry, I've brought him up a few times, Earl Kite, he like so standoffish, like he wouldn't answer my calls every once in a while, like what the hell's going on? And I got like 20,000 points of distribution in Walmart for Cutwater, like just freaking crushed it, right? And I call him like, dude, and he goes, hey, sorry, I have to tell you this, I sold Cutwater to Anheuser-Busch. I'm like, what? Like, we could have made so much more money. I just got 20,000 pods, like all this stuff, but you never know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Right.
You don't. And so, thankfully, he knew what he was doing, and he was like, sorry, I did it. And thankfully, he did, right? So sometimes you just got to take what's there, and because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Right. Absolutely. I know we've talked a lot about luck, timing, and, hard work, but at the end of the day, you have to do what you love, keep working hard, and that's something that we're passionate about, and you are as well, right? And we're trying to push that on to the next generation. And if there's anyone that is out there that wants to get into this line of work, any advice for them?
Man, I guess I keep saying it, that I fall more and more in love with my industry every single day. And the advice would be, it's a grind, right? You have to be ready for the grind. I say it's not rocket science, and telling stories, making friends. That's a big part of it. But it's also following through with what you do, following through with what you say. It's just doing the right thing, but it's a lot of work. I'm up at 5 a.m. I don't go to bed till I stop working till 6, 7 p.m. sometimes later when I'm traveling, right? It is a grind. And look, I know I'm good at what I do. I've worked hard for what I've done, but I always think of life and this industry, my industry also, as a video game. Okay. I like to beat the levels. I'm never going to beat Koopa Koopa because I always want more, right? You got to better yourself every day. You have to have that mentality. And look, if you get stagnant and you're just on cruise control, it's not going to work, because guess what? Second place is going to pass you. You got to get better every day. You have to have that mentality.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a great message.
That's a great message. And that's a great way to wrap it up. I want to thank you for your inspiration, your passion, and most importantly, your positivity. And on that note, punch-a-boom. And I also want to thank our other partner, Andrew Street, who is, again, not on the camera, behind the camera, but the reason why we're all sitting here today. Yeah. And he's connected us all. So 100%. On that note, Justin, JB, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. We can't wait to have you back again, but thanks for coming on.
I'm pumped. Thanks, guys.
Right on.
Thank you for listening in. Join us for another episode next week, coming to you from our studio on Del Mar in downtown San Clemente. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at the San Clemente Podcast, and subscribe to us on YouTube and Spotify so you never miss an episode.